Hello, good morning or good evening or good afternoon, depending on where you are this time. My name is Russell Folas, and I wanted to share or shoot this video today because I have a story. So basically, I don't know who is there now, who is online now. I don't see nobody yet. Come up here. Hello. Before we start, I think we're going to take maybe 5 minutes to get people on board. Yeah. In the meantime, I'm going to put some music. I don't know who I'm going to put. Let's see. Maybe Andrea Bocelli or Eros Ramazzotti. I really don't know who to put right now. Let me check the YouTube. So you guys, so you guys need to share the video to get everybody on board before we get started. Yeah, this is Russell Folas. You guys, that's strategies. Yeah, I mean, what I have to share today is basically not really a problem, but I mean, I feel like I have to share it. I have to share it with other people because you might have an issue and you think it's like you are the only person facing that type of problem, but as many people comes to you or comes to me and asks about the same problem, then I can assume that it could be a concern of more than only one person. So before I start, I really need to wait for 2 or 3 more minutes to get even more people on board. What's up, guys? Oh, I have to put some music. Let me see. Laura Pausini was my best. Laura Pausini. Laura Pausini. Let me see. What do we have there? Best of Laura Pausini. Best of Laura Pausini. Who is there? Yeah, hello. Can you guys share? Can you guys share the video or the live? Yeah, I'm still here waiting for you guys. I know I've been a little late. I announced to run the video in 30 minutes or 45 minutes, but it's been maybe an hour. I've been stuck in the traffic. So basically, how many people do we have now? How many people do we have at this time? I don't see you guys. Yeah, I don't see you guys available here. And this is what we're going to do at the end of the video. At the end of the video, if you guys have any question or concern, you can, you can leave in the comment side below, and if we still have time, I will reply, or I may also reply after the video. Yeah. So many people now are asking questions about the tax strategy or the way to save in taxes this year, and or the way to get more refund on the tax return. That is basically people concern when it comes to this time of the year, and that is obviously the reason why many people will be, that's the reason why many people will be contacting us to ask about how to do, or what do I think the situation will be this year, or how to avoid this, or how much refund am I going to get, or how much less taxes am I going to pay on this tax year. But the simple answer will be, it always depends on the people's situation. One case will never be the same case as the other one. People tend to always compare the refund or the tax bill to their colleague or their brother or sister, but that's not even the concern of this video. But what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna jump right into it because I have to go to work. Basically, this morning, as I was getting my children ready for school, I received a call from a friend, and the question was, he was asking, to him, he was expecting something positive, but I kind of surprised him. I was telling him some truth. His concern was that this year he didn't qualify for what they call financial aid, to help you attending college. He didn't qualify for financial aid, so he paid for his tuition and fee out of pocket, and he wanted to know how much he will get back, or how much he will get deducted from his taxes, from that $5,000 that he paid for the semester. When I was telling him that, basically the credit that is offered for tuition is basically most of the time the maximum you can get is $2,500. That's what you can get. And he was telling me that, wow, why is it that? Because he told me that he was told by a friend that you know, there's the college tuition fee deduction that could be like up to $4,000. That could be up to $4,000 to deduct out of his income. So I had to tell him that, you know, unfortunately, the tuition and fee deduction for school is no longer available, and I'm pretty sure many people don't know about that. The tuition and fee deduction is no longer available this year. It's expired. The thing is that even to claim the American Opportunity, you know, tax credit, for those who claim that credit, you need to qualify. Like, you need to reach or qualify with some type of condition. How long have you been receiving, you know, this credit? Why were you going to school for? Were you trying to improve your skill, or were you going to a different field? So basically, might not even qualify for this credit. But the point is that the tuition and fee deduction that had actually expired this year is a really piece, like I want to say it, a small piece of the real deduction that a taxpayer can take during the year, or for the school, or for his education, or even for his children's education. The best thing is actually to take what they call the 529 college saving plan, which actually can save you up to, I don't know how much, I don't know what to say, up to $10,000, even up to $150,000. And I have made a video about how can somebody actually, or a couple, be able to turn his income into cash-free money. So basically, there's a way to flip your income into cash-free money, and there are so many ways. And when it comes to education, because the concern of that friend or family member was about education. Everybody here thinks about, you know, taking some type of education and, you know, increase your skills, get a new degree, or get to a new field. But in fact, most of people will always think about furthering their education, or maybe finance their children's education. So that is where I'm really thinking that people have not been taking efficiently the credit that they can actually take, especially for their education. But the point is that that friend asked me if he could still take it now. I was like, no, you can't take it now because it's past. If you have to take it, you should be taking it during the year. If you are taking it during the year, all the $5,000 that you have spent will be tax deductible. Will be considered as a tax-free income. That means you will take it off your gross income. The reason why I'm bringing this down is because there are so many ways actually to flip your income into a tax-free income. Tax-free income means that if you have $20,000 that you spend, is tax-free if you don't pay the tax on that $10,000 that you are spending. If you are at 25% tax bracket and you are using $20,000 without being a tax-free money, actually you are spending $25,000 to purchase what you are purchasing, or to satisfy the need that you are satisfying with that $20,000, because you are spending $20,000, but you are also paying $5,000 to the government agency that's supposed to receive that money. So the point here is to always, and we have the way to flip out your income into a tax-free money. That's the point. So my point today here on this live, I know my niche, my specialization is for small businesses, but I have to run this for my taxpayer, individual taxpayer people, especially my friend and family and acquaintance, to let you guys know that there's actually many ways. I know the business people they even have like more layers to flip their income into tax-free income, or to flip their expense into deductible expense. But as an individual, you still have a lot of room. You just need to ask. You need to ask. Like that friend this morning, I told him, are you still planning to go to school this next year? He said yes. According to your income, even though you are not a higher income and taxpayer, you still won't get the financial aid because you don't have dependent. Your level of income, I don't think you qualify for financial aid. So if you're still going to go to school this year, and I will strongly suggest, after you finish your tax preparation this year, come back, tell me an estimation of how much you think your education will cost. I will make the whole cost of this education tax-free, whether it will be $5,000 or $20,000 or $100,000. I will be able to make that $100,000 tax-free to you. That's what I told him. And I'm wondering why many people don't even use that. I'm just surprised. I do that with people I work with every year. That is only one tip. And the tax law disclose or has many provision for this type of. It's a loophole, in fact, because there's no way we should be allowing somebody to use some type of income and exempt him from paying that taxes. Maybe it's an incentive to send people to school. That's for school. You also have this type of plan for health care. You have this type of plan for retirement. Maybe it's an incentive from the government to send people to school. But the point is that most low to middle level income taxpayer don't even know about it. And it's only people with a really higher level income who are taking those tax strategies. Because if you have to send your child to a $50,000 a year college, of course you have the money to pay for it. Those are the people who are taking that type of credit or that type of deduction. So why can you guys, my people, also think about make your education tax-free? Everybody knows about the American Opportunity Tax Credit, but if you are spending $50,000, if you are spending $25,000 for your education, you might not even qualify for those American Opportunity Tax Credit or lifetime credit or whatever it is that gives you maybe $2,000 or $2,500, and depending on how you file your taxes. Like if you don't even answer the question the right way, you might not even get those credits. Why can't you think about how to deduct the entire cost of my education during my tax preparation? I'm talking here about your tuition, your fee, computer, whatever, I mean, printer, scanner, whatever is associated with your education. Not even that, your child education also. So normally I run a video about how to actually save or make or use up to $150,000 in as a tax-free money for education. I run it like 17 minute video, I think. I start disclosing like what to do exactly to get to that point, because there are so many limitations. It's not obvious to know how to do. So basically, and so I didn't really want to talk about it. It's because I was asked this morning, and by that friend who got really mad. It's like, why can I take that? I'm like, no, you can't take it, because now you can't even take it because it's expired. Everything happened last year. The best strategy when it comes to tax is before the fact. It's what they call before the fact tax strategy. It's not after the fact tax strategy. After the fact tax strategy means the year has already passed, and even though we still have one or two ways, to be able to take some of your income this year and throw it back into last year's income to make it tax free. We still have at least one or two that I can actually implement to whatever qualify, but you have to ask questions to know. Majority of strategy are implemented or are applied always before the fact, meaning before you even think about doing it, before you actually spend the money. Before taxes is about spending the money. Tax free means you get the money and you spend that money without paying taxes on it. That's all about taxes is. So everything to get the full deduction or full credit of what you're supposed to get, or to get the full result of the strategy that you should get as a taxpayer. I'm not even talking about business people right here. As a business people, right, it's crazy. You have to plan, because as a business, when you do the forecasting, the budgeting, you know exactly what you are planning to spend on investment, on equipment, what you are planning to pay or to spend on charity. You know everything. When you go to your tax professional and you lay everything down, you get a big chunk of tax saving. So that was for the business owner. I was actually focusing on like everybody, people on the street. So basically what happened is that you guys have to consult with your tax preparer, not only for your tax preparation, but for your tax planning. If you are paying $5,000 tax this year, obviously it's obvious that if you have planned that at the beginning of the year, you will have paid maybe 1,000 or maybe 500, or maybe you will have paid nothing. I'm talking by experience. If your refund is 2,000 this year and you didn't consult your tax preparer for tax planning, you need to know that your refund should have been even 5,000, because every year there are expenses that we are going to incur no matter what. You will go to school, or your children will go to school. Not everybody send their children to the public school. Many people like to send, if you have money to pay for it, you send your children to the, you know, the private school, Catholic school, all these high ranking school, because you're expecting a good return from the training from that school. Same thing for the college. If you are sending your child to the college, no matter what, you're going to pay for his tuition. You don't discuss about it. You know, you just have to figure out how you're going to do it. You're not gonna let your child home because you don't have money. Maybe you're gonna work 3 double within 24 hours, or you're gonna get maybe 5 different jobs to make money, but you are going to pay for that expense. It's an expense actually, or you can also take it as an investment, a long-term investment. But the point is that you guys, as a taxpayer, you have to plan for your taxes, and that is the best way to get tax saving. That's the best way to pay sometimes up to $0 in taxes. Amazon, the biggest company in the world, had paid $0 in taxes 2018. Instead, they even get the rebate, like 216 million or something. That means not only they didn't pay taxes, I'm talking about income taxes. They get the rebate. It's like the refund for the company. So what about you? I don't know if you are making $300 or you're making $50,000 or $75,000. I don't know. But at each level of your income, you can still save on taxes. Everybody, like, will go to the hospital. Everybody needs health insurance. Everybody needs to sometimes plan for their retirement. So if you are thinking about, this is what I'm going to make, because if you are making $100,000 at the end of the year, you don't have those $100,000. What you have is a bank account empty. It means what? It means that you have spent the whole $100,000. But what tax strategy did you implement during the year that you can say for fact with numbers that I have used, let's say it, I have used out of this 100,000, I have used $10,000 tax free this year. What strategy did you implement to be able to tell it by numbers? It exists. Strategy exists. You take all your, expenses, you put them down, go to your tax preparer, ask him, okay, this is what I'm planning to spend. Of course, maybe you plan to buy a new car, you plan to buy a house, you plan to renovate your house, you're planning to travel, you like everything, lay everything down. What is your goal? What is your short-term goal, which is for 1 year? What is your 18 or 24 months goal? This is actually how you really get the win on the tax. Stop looking for your tax preparer on January, because you have already lost 50% of the strategy that can work with you. So that's my take today. Try to strategize. I know that for a fact because I have implemented and it has worked. It works. So basically, I'm begging you guys, especially friends and family, because those are the people I was trying to connect today with. Consult with your tax professional. I'm more focused on business side, but I can share this with you. Whoever is doing your taxes, meet with them, call them, ask them. I'm just kidding, but try to ask them how they can help you. There's always a way to help you to save in taxes. Especially the more income you get, the more expense you make. It's just a matter of flipping your income into tax-free money, and it's legal. It's not mixing some type of defrauding the government or whatever it is. You should not disclose the government, because those provisions are available But they know that you guys, low-income people, you don't know. And the people with millions of dollars are also taking millions of dollars in tax credit or tax deduction, because they know what they do. They know who to hire to help them saving in taxes. The tax is the only way for you to get money legally free. When you are paying $10,000 in taxes, it will be free money if you didn't pay that money. Like, I mean, I will be so happy to get $10,000. It's like you give it to the government and the government giving it back to you. I will be so happy to get a $10,000 free. I'm not talking about taxable income. I'm talking about the tax itself. Meaning what? If you are spending $40,000 for whatever it is, and that there is a way to avoid the tax on this $40,000, and you are in the 25% bracket, it means you have paid $10,000 to the government. That's what it means. I'm talking about $40,000. What about the $50,000? What about if it's $100,000? So anytime you make a big investment, that is like investment. $40,000 is what? That's a car, or maybe that's your child education or your own education in like the grad school. So basically, I'm not gonna emphasize more on that. I have shot a video on it for 17 minutes, and my point was just to let you guys know that at each level of the society, try to consult with your tax preparer and ask him how you can save in taxes during the year. In fact, he will ask you questions and he will figure out how to do and what is available for you. That is called tax consultation. Like paying $150 an hour for a tax consultation might save you $5,000 or $6,000 a year, because that friend, he's losing $5,000 tax deduction because the education he was doing doesn't even qualify for American Opportunity Tax Credit. He doesn't qualify because he was going to school for a different thing from what he's doing at work. If you go to school, let's say you are a plumber, are you going to the med school? How is it related? That means that credit, you can't take that credit. If you're a plumber, you're going to a plumbing school, okay, that credit is it's a good credit because the plumbing school is related to the plumbing job that you're doing. But with the strategy that we implement, it doesn't matter what education you are going for. It doesn't matter. You just need to know that whatever is about education, you can take it. So there are so many areas that this type of flipping money into tax-free money exists. So I move on to the next point. The next point today is basically about what I actually talked yesterday. Yesterday I talked about on the video I was running yesterday. It will be live sometimes today, about the new W4, the new W4 for taxpayer. You have to be careful with the new W4. Why? Because it used to be that you can claim some type of, they call it allowance, or they were calling it allowance, which is actually your dependent. The more dependent you will put into your taxes, the less they will collect on your paycheck. The result is that at the end of the year, they have collected less taxes on your paycheck. And if your real tax is higher, then you might have to pay back the government. So when people were confronted to that situation, I was advising them to go and remove some type of allowance from the W4. That will increase the amount of tax that is collected from the paycheck, and will sometimes balance the tax at the end of the year. They might even get the refund. But this year is no longer available. This is no longer available. Why? Because the new tax law doesn't allow the dependency credit or tax deduction that it used to be. It used to be like $4,000, $4,500, up $4,050. You know, with the increase of the price index increasing. So basically, this year, if you are filing or if you are filling out your W4 form at job, you have to really be careful, because it's mostly about how many jobs you have. Are you and your wife working both? You know, you really want to consult with your tax professional again to tell you what will be an estimate, because here we go from what you are making to do an estimate of what will be your tax for that level of income. So he will advise you better. Yeah, like I said, I made a video yesterday about that. It will be running today, and the video was also to remind you guys that yesterday again, it was officially the day when the IRS started processing the refund. People used to file taxes and they used to even receive it, but it was not actually processed or accepted. So until yesterday night that I was able to see all my client, you know, taxes that was that were accepted by the IRS. So if you haven't started doing your taxes yet, you know, you are getting late, because it's gonna get crowded everywhere you go. Any taxpayer you go, it will get crowded. And because it will get crowded, and also because our business have been having some type of issue in the past, in the last 2 or 3 years, with our long distance customer, you know, customer from different states, New York and Arizona, Kansas, you know, and in Georgia, you know, you have many states where people where you have customers from. So sometimes they used to, and they were having some type of in confidence in sending their document to us, because they have to go by email, or maybe take a snap with their phone and send it by WhatsApp and stuff. Yeah, some people will do it because they trust you, but some people might not, because they think the internet is like, it's crazy. You know, everything you send to online on the email could be hacked, and your information could be disclosed into the bad people. So this year, because we know that things are getting crazy, or we get crazy this year, and also to make those long distance customers confident when they are sending or sharing their information with us, we have developed a new platform, a new tax platform that actually allow us to have our customer onboard themselves, like from the engagement letter to the reception or the signing on their return. It's done virtually. So basically, we will send you the link to, you know, download, or just opening, signing up, put in your personal information, create your user and pass name within our software, and just upload your information. And once you have done that, you are in the queue, meaning you don't actually have to, even though you are next door client, you can still do it, because before you even call me to say, okay, you know what, I'm coming tomorrow or Wednesday, if you have dropped your document in the queue, it means we start reviewing, like you have a preference in treating your case. So not only now it helps us to communicate and exchange tax document with our long distance clients, but it also allows us to better serve our close customer. Imagine that you could be in your living room and you are just submitting. It's just like you're coming to my office to talk the document, but you are doing it from the comfort of your house, of your living room, of your bedroom, of your kitchen, just with your phone or your computer. If you want to just input those information. So below on top of this video, we're going to drop the link. The link will allow you guys, it could be to book a 15-minute or 30 minutes or an hour, like strategy, tax consultation. The first appointment is free. I'm telling you guys, the first appointment, it could be online appointment, it could be online meeting or in-person meeting. As you book, the first 30 minutes are free. I will resolve you guys any tax issue that you have, whether you have filed your taxes or no, because planning is about the future. It's not about what happened yesterday. So basically, I'm gonna drop that link below, and also gonna drop the link to actually onboard yourself. If you are thinking about consider us to help you saving in taxes, or to help you get a bigger refund than what you got last year, jump in now and click open your case and drop only one piece of your source document, and then you will be considered as being in the queue. If you check the queue, you see 10 people and you are on the second, even though you don't have all the documentation, your documentation. Now we can actually use the platform to ask you to complete it, and you will be in the good hands. So basically, I think that was pretty much all what I had to share. I didn't plan this video to be that long. Sorry guys. And the last piece of information is that tomorrow the U.S. 1099 taxpayer is normally should be submitted to you guys at the end of this year. So if you haven't received it, don't panic. Do not panic it. If you haven't received it, be cool, stay cool. It's still coming. It might be coming by the end of this year. I know some people were like freaking out because they go to the website, my Uber driver, TLC driver, clients, they go to the website and they don't see anything. And what? They don't see anything in the site, and they feel like maybe it's not, and they feel like maybe it's not actually they don't have all the documentation, or they forget about them. Some people even told me that, oh, they were told that no, if your tax is not up to, if the income you have made is not up to 9,000 or whatever it is, you don't receive the W-2. I mean the 1099. But that's just wrong. The IRS says that if you provide a service and you receive the money, like you are not an employee, you provide a service like a freelancer or Uber driver or any type of construction job, if you receive, or if you receive more $600 or more, you should be receiving a 1099. The same way, the person giving you the money up to $600 should be, issuing you a 1099. It's a proof. To him, it's an expense. It's a proof as expense. If you perform a $5,000 job in my house, to prove to the IRS that, okay, you know what, this house, I'll spend money on this house, I'll spend $10,000 on it, I can show that, because the money you give someone, the IRS need to collect money on it because it's earning income. The person have earned income by receiving that money. It's not a gift. The gift doesn't bear income. You don't pay tax on gift. So basically, the IRS wants to go there and issue the 1099. So if you're an Uber driver, even though
you only do it for one week, and your income was higher than $600, you should be receiving, let's say like that, a 1099 and use it on your taxes. So that is actually all what I have to share. What time is it now? It's 12:30. I need to run to the office, and David Hours is waiting for me in there. So again, if you are interested in how to flip your money into tax-free money, you should know what to do. See you on the next video or live. Thank you.